This man always wore a collar around his neck. He was trained like a hunting dog. Every time the collar was removed, Max would charge forward and crush all enemies. He fought like a wild beast, so fast that he could dodge bullets at close range. His boss was a ruthless loan shark. If anyone failed to repay their debt, Max became the ultimate weapon. One day, Max's head was bleeding. One of the boss's men handed him a bandage and told him to wrap it himself. Max then returned to his cage. He ate, then vented his rage on the punching bag. His strikes were so powerful that the bag tore open, spilling sand across the floor. He gripped the sand as if he had committed a sin. Then, he began reading a book. Blood still dripped from his head, but instead of using the bandage for himself, he used it to repair the punching bag. Slowly, Max's name spread. Once his collar was removed, opponents would rather pay immediately than fight, knowing defeat was inevitable. But one day, his boss picked the wrong target. The man knew Max couldn't act until his collar was taken off. The ambush began. The loan shark and his men were beaten mercilessly while Max stood still. His badly wounded boss crawled toward him and unfastened the collar. Max's eyes changed instantly. He lunged forward and annihilated the attackers. Afterward, his boss took him to an antique shop to collect another debt. While waiting, Max noticed a piano. He pressed one key and jumped back in shock at the sound, then stepped away in fear. Suddenly, an old blind man walked in and began to play. With warmth, he invited Max to sit and touch the keys. Max was lost in the melody, but loud noises shattered his trance. He rushed outside and saw his boss being beaten again. Absorbed in the music, he had missed the signal. As punishment, he was locked back inside his cage. Then came a man, a promoter of underground fight clubs. He suggested Max should no longer be used for debt collecting, but for fights instead. The money was far greater. The boss agreed and brought Max to an illegal underground arena. Inside the ring stood a champion who had never lost. Max's collar was removed. With his head lowered, he calmly stepped into the ring. 3 punches were all it took to silence the champion forever. The boss became rich overnight. On their way home, he asked Max what reward he wanted. Max replied, "I want a piano." The boss laughed, but suddenly, a truck rammed into their car. 3 armed men stormed out and opened fire. They had come for revenge. When the chaos ended, Max crawled out from beneath his boss's lifeless body. Now he was alone, without a home. Wounded and in solitude, Max returned to the piano shop. There, he met the blind old man once more. And so, Max's new life began.